you all did out here. Just first off, again, I want to thank those hats never fit right. So, first off, is Mark Meadows here? So Mark, I really want to thank you and your whole staff for inviting us. This is our third consecutive bowl in a row, and you and your staff really run an outstanding bowl. The organization, the activities, the Civil Rights Institute, it's a really great bowl, and we're very grateful that you invited us and the experience you gave us. I also want to, congratulate Memphis. I've lost games like that before, and I know how, Mike and his staff and their players feel. And that was a great football game. One of those games, it's a shame that anybody had to lose, and it came down to one play. But Memphis is a extremely well-coached, good football team, and that was a game that anybody could have won, and obviously I'm glad we won it. But having said that, I'm just so proud of our football team and our players. The way that we build our program is we try to get guys that love football, that are committed to graduating and are high character guys. And it's that formula that allows us to survive tough times, whether 3 and 9 seasons or losing by 60 points. And the fact that we're here as bowl champions, after getting beat 3 months ago by 60 points, just I think speaks volumes about the type of players that we get here at Wake Forest. That these are kids that don't quit, they don't lay down. And after that Clemson game, believe it or not, we had a great week of practice. And I think that says a lot about the type of kids that we get here. So, again, I want to thank Ron Wellman for hiring me 5 years ago. And, again, just extremely proud of our team. So we're going to enjoy this one for a while. And the way football goes, we'll start recruiting the 20 class and getting ready for spring football. But we're going to get every ounce out of this one and enjoy this one as we can, because this has been a special day and a special week.
We'll open it up for questions, and joining us to Coach's left, defensive back Cameron Glenn, and Bowl MVP quarterback Jamie Newman. So with that, questions.
Coach, can you just talk about how satisfying it is to win this game with the sort of tail end of your first senior class, and just have this special kind of moment for them and the way it kind of unfolded?
I mean, coaches always say this about how great their leadership is. I mean, this is a special group. And we've got a bunch of fifth-year seniors that went through thick and thin. And to send them out this way, that was a big motivator for us at 4 and 5. We had a staff meeting after 4 and 5. We had lost to Syracuse, and we were about to play at NC State on 4 days rest, and play Pitt and play Duke, which were all 3 really good football teams. And our whole thing was that we just somehow, some way have to find a way to get this group to a bowl. We do not want this season to end, in Durham, North Carolina on Duke's field. And we took it right down to the wire. And I think you can tell our guys enjoy bowls. And we prepare well. And, we're fortunate that, this has been 3 nail biters. Every single one of them has come down to the last play. And again, there's just, the only, and I've said this the other day, it's bittersweet. Say goodbye to Cam Glenn and Ryan Anderson and Phil Haynes, and it's 5 years, and you develop real relationships with these guys, and they become a part of your life, and it's the nature of college football. But it does make it tough to say goodbye to them after how much they've meant to our program and me personally.
Cam, they're up 28-10 early in the second quarter. What was the mood like on the sideline down there, and what were guys like you and captains and the leadership saying at that moment?
We've been down before during the year. It's kind of a thing now that we don't let the other team making plays affect us. So everybody was we already knew what the deal was pretty much. So nobody got down on themselves. It was kind of just keep playing, and that's what we did.
For Jamie, you were making your 4th start this year after coming in for injured starter. What was it like kind of starting this 4th game in a bowl game, and not just being able to dominate on the ground, but through the air as well?
it was just like we wanted to send the seniors out on the right note. You know, we prepared hard. You know, we worked hard all season. We stayed resilient when times we had our backs up against the wall. And, you know, I just credit the offensive line and all my teammates, and our defense did a great job. Yeah.
Jamie, of course, the one thing you can't do in a 2-minute drill is take a sack. You took one early in that drive. How did you shake it off so well and then finish that drive out so strong? And how big was Alex Bachman during that drive for you?
You know, I just credit Coach Clawson. You know, he just stayed relaxed. He stayed calm. You know, he just told me what I couldn't do. And when I took the sack, he told me, you know, just relax. And next time, let's just throw it away. And Alex Bachman made some great plays down there. A lot of one-on-one balls, 50-50 balls, and he won.
It's the same way I handle it in practice, right, Jamie?
Yeah.
Jamie, did you stay calm, and did having gone through this at NC State kind of help in this situation?
Yeah, like it's credit to Coach Clawson. You know, we practice this every Wednesday throughout the week. We go through different scenarios and different situations. So, you know, this is like just another day in the office, like I said out there.
Dave, what kind of things were you saying when it was 28-10 and they had just run the kick back? And
I mean, just a lot of football left, guys. A lot of football left. And, you know, we've fallen behind in every ball game. You know, it's, you know, I mean, the first play against Temple, we gave up a 70-yard bomb. You know, first quarter of this game, we throw a pick six, and they have a, you know, kickoff return for a touchdown. So I've got to do a better job of coaching the first quarter of bowl games.
I think the last three can make up for that.
No, we never make it easy. We really don't. I mean, there was a lot of football left, and I really felt, you know, the bowl games are awesome, but when you haven't played football in a month, you know, I think there's a while before you're feeling it out and getting your timing back. And I really thought once our defense settled down, I thought we would defend them. I really did. You know, they had the few drives, we misfit some things. They did a great job on offense. Mike is a very, very talented offensive football coach. I mean, they do a great job, and they knew what we were doing and had some great schemes, and we kind of settled in, made some adjustments, and then we really played good defense from their second touchdown until 1:15 left in the game. So we had a great run there of about, you know, 46 minutes. And then our offense, you know, I was just glad we still had the time. I was almost glad that they scored when they did, because then we had 1:15 and 3 timeouts, and that's a lot of time. And we just had to go down and make a play, and what a play by Bachman. It was almost very similar to the play he made at NC State on the pylon, and then you're just trying to manage the end of the game, and we almost scored too quickly. And then we did not. The pooch kick that we hit, the squib, was awful. And we gave them the ball in the 40, and then we cut loose their tight end on a grid route. And, you know, but we practiced that at the end of the game, and we practiced that in our 2-minute drill on defense, you know, saving a timeout, using Scotty for the jumpers, trying to ice them. Then we got them to jump. I mean, I shouldn't say we got them to jump. They jumped, and now the field goal got a little bit harder. And, you know, but we're sitting here celebrating if that kicks 3 feet to the left, we're in overtime, and who knows? I mean, it's, you know, sometimes you're on the right side of it.
Dave, you already answered 2 of my questions, so I'll go on to the third. You said that you're a little bit worried about them running out the clock, and you're kind of happy they scored when they did. Were you thinking about using some timeouts maybe earlier in that possession, and what was going through your mind there?
No, I mean, you know, once it got, I always try to keep it that there's more than a minute. And so once they had the ball on the 9-yard line, at that point I was going to use timeouts. And then they scored, so I didn't have to use one. But I was debating it, and at the time, you know, that probably the next play either way I was going to use a timeout, because you just want to you got to give yourself some time at the end if they do score. And I'm sure they're in there saying we scored too quickly, and then I'm saying at the end we scored too quickly. You don't think that's going to happen with 1:15 left.
Back to Jamie. This was your 4th start. How have you been able to handle yourself, and as well as the pressure of being a starting quarterback, considering the position you were put in through an injury that was somewhat unexpected, and to that Coach. What has been the most impressive thing about Jamie these past 4 games?
I mean, the whole narrative of a backup quarterback. I mean, Jamie, I don't think one player on the team looks at Jamie as a backup. Jamie was competing for the starting job, and then he got hurt. And so when Sam got hurt and Jamie became the starter, it wasn't like, woe is us and we're in trouble. I mean, Jamie and Sam were going back and forth all of camp, and Jamie got hurt in the last scrimmage. So, Jamie played really well at Notre Dame, then got hurt again. I mean, he's like our whole team. He's been battling injuries, and we're very fortunate. When Sam got hurt, I think that might have been the first time all year Jamie was healthy. Now, if he went down, it was getting scary then. So there was always the debate of how much do you run him, because we really didn't, that was it. And so I think, Coach Ruggiero does a great job, and, it's game 13. We might as well run him. He's got 9 months to get healthy.
And Jamie, sitting here as Bowl MVP, what does that mean to you?
It's just a credit to my teammates and my coaches. I couldn't do it without them. Our offensive line did a great job of blocking today. It's probably my first performance where I had 100 plus on the ground. So it's all credit to the offensive line and my teammates.
Cam, you asked yesterday, it was a rhetorical question, but you asked who wouldn't want to be a part of history. Do you feel like a part of history now, or does that take a couple of days to settle in?
No, I feel like a part of history. As soon as we look back and seeing that the ball was veering to the right, I felt a special feeling, kind of like an outer body experience, kind of felt like my soul just lifted out of my body or something. It's just crazy. Like I said, this is why I came here, to change the culture, and I feel like that's what we did.
Cam, it seemed like you were playing like your hair was on fire in the first half, and then also defensively, kind of what did you guys do in the second half to get settled down and get all those stops in a row? We locked in, I guess. The first few series, they came out, they did some things that we haven't seen. A lot of motions, they're up-tempo. We just had to settle down, and that's what we did.
Any final questions?
Dave, on that last drive, was Alex kind of the cliche of a senior in his last game? He looked almost possessed.
No, I mean, what a way to go. I mean, it's, you look last year and the way John Wolford played down the stretch, and, today Alex Bachman. I mean, that's us. He was not a heavily recruited player. I don't think he had any other Power 5 offers, and just through sheer will and determination and work ethic, made himself a really good ACC football player, and then he finishes up today with 7 catches, 171 yards. And, that's who we are. And, again, really proud of Alex. And this is Wake Forest. So Alex Bachman, after the game, you just got 7 catches, 171 yards, had your greatest game ever. And he's coming up thanking us for giving him a chance. It wasn't, hey, it's me, I did this. It's just, that attitude of gratitude that, we really have amazing guys here, and that's why it's so, it's awesome to coach him, that it's, in that moment, it could have been all about him, and he's going out of his way to thank me, thank Kevin Higgins for recruiting him and giving him an opportunity.
All right, if there's no final question right here.
Just to clarify, in their last touchdown, you guys were still trying to stop them because there was maybe a huge hole there that hadn't been.
I'm going to do a little, I told him to score so we'd have enough time to. No, I'm kidding. We didn't want them to score. You still got to execute a play, and even down at the 9-yard line. I mean, the way we are this year, I thought we'd find a way to get the ball turned over, or something good would happen. So I just think that's really how the mindset's changed. Is I think in the past we kind of would figure out something would go wrong, and now we kind of think that, hey, we'll figure out a way to make this right.
All right, well, Coach and guys, congratulations on behalf of everyone at the Birmingham Bowl, and safe travels back.
And thank you to the city of Birmingham. I mean, the people here have been wonderful to us, and the slogan of Southern hospitality and serious football, I think, is very accurate for the week we had. So thanks to everybody in Birmingham for being such great hosts.
Thank you, Coach.